Doing jungle survival, we eat all kind of stuff.
Right, you ready to eat some, Jay?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Just gotta make sure you chew them, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a termite mound.
You don't want to go
When surviving in the jungle, they eat those and they taste like carrots, right?
They're like, I'm not going. He's gonna eat me.
They don't want to.
It's Omar, our guy.
Back here. Banana.
Yeah, they don't want to.
You don't want to go.
Yeah, there's one. You just grab it. You gotta chew it to taste it.
You gonna eat one, man?
No.
Come on.
You've never tasted them, John?
I haven't.
I don't see them often.
This is the sensitive
We saw one
mimosa
crossing
plant.
the road. It was
Really?
big.
Wow, that's
I mean, it was bigger than my hand. It was
Oh, really?
Mary,
Yeah,
will you
those are
touch the
big
plant?
black one, yeah.
We have the yeah, you're familiar with the whip spider?
St. Herman's Cave.
You see there's like mist at the entrance of the cave. Most caves has that, you know. And that's exactly what suggested to the ancient Mayas that it was here that the rain was originated. You know, they believed that the rain god Chat lived inside these caverns, the entrance to the underworld. And this cave was actually used by the ancient Mayas, you know, it has remains, broken potteries. But to see most of the stuff, you need to hike from the entrance to the exit of the cave, all about the hiking. Near the exit, there is a huge room, a huge chamber, full of broken potteries, like thousands of pieces. You know, but where we start tubing, we do have few pieces. I'm going to point out, and I'm going to share a bit of the Mayan history up ahead, okay?
There's some cave swallows. Man.
This is limestone.
Yeah, those are swallows at the entrance of the...
We got some swallows that live at our house.
Yeah.
They're probably, maybe different, maybe not. I do too.
It's beautiful, yeah. Yeah. Hold on. It's getting more slippery. That's a very good handhold.
Yeah, it looks like one more copy. It does.
Oops.
Yeah, those are stalactites. The ones on the bottom are stalagmites. I think.
What's the difference?
Some develop as the water's dripping off, the others develop as the water lands.
This is very tiny.
They're kind of scary looking.
Yeah, they are.
Finally, someone agrees.
But
they won't bite you, man.
They're not a true
Scorpion spider, or also known as whip spider.
Scorpion spider.
Scorpion spider, yeah.
Or web spider.
Whip.
Whip.
Yeah, whip spider. Perform. You know, when it drips slower, you know, a lot of minerals are deposited. More minerals are deposited.
I like that.
That's stuff.
Oh my
On the
god.
quartz, of course, from the
So
crystals.
cool. Look how the crystals make it
really
glittery. That is so neat.
To ceremonial path. We believe this was intact at once, you know, and someone just came here and broke it. Because if you notice, this has the black color, this doesn't. Okay, most of the ceremonial pots were used for blood, the burning of the blood, you know, so there would be this color here. You know, first of all, caves played a very important role. Research recited. You know, they believe that in here lived the God of nature, the source of rain, thunder, lightning, a place called Xibalba. Are you familiar to that name?
Mm-mm.
You know, Xibalba, which actually means a place of fright, a place of evil spirits. You know, they believe that in here there were 9 layers. You know, they believe that when you die, you had to challenge these 9 layers. If you do overcome the 9 layers, you go to heaven, or else your spirit will dwell in these caves forever. A lot of people refer to caves as hell, you know. The entrance to the underworld, again, they view caves as well as cenotes as a portal into the earth, to which they can speak with their gods. They believe that the caves here had a connection with the upper world. You know, the ancient Mayas believed that the universe was divided into 3 layers: the upper world, the earth, and the underworld. You know, they believed on a sacred tree. They believe this is known as the Ceiba pentandra, also known as cotton tree. They believe that this tree intersected the three layers of the universe, believing that the branches would held up to heaven. The stem was planted on earth. The roots descended into the underworld, into the caves. So the formations that are hanging down from the ceiling, known as the stalactites, was believed to be the roots of the tree. So they would come in here and perform offerings. They would do food offerings, blood offerings, human offerings. But again, here we don't have no evidence of human sacrifice, although they did perform. We have another cave system known as the Crystal Cave, which has remains, skeletal remains. This is all from our bloodletting, basically burning of blood. Blood was considered precious. By offering one's own blood, the blood of an animal or that of another human, was a tremendous act of spiritual tribute. Obsidian blades, stingray spines were used to cut the tongue, ear, penis, fingers. There were times that the females would slit a hole through the tongue, and they would pass through 20 vines, allowing the blood flow into the pot. Or sometimes males would cut under their private part, and they would collect the blood on pots and they would burn it. Now, after each ceremony, they would break the pot into pieces, and that's exactly what we have here. And there's a lot of evidence. When you go up there, there's like thousands of pieces from that ritual. Why they would break it? Things that we consider inanimate, it had spirit for them. So in order for them to release the spirit from the pot, they would break it into pieces. Or what they would do sometimes, they would make a small rounded hole near the neck of the pot, known as the kill hole. It was for the same purpose, to release the spirit from the pot. Although in some caves, pots have been found fully intact, those are referred to utility pots. They were used for storage. They would store fermented wine. They would store water. The water that drips from the stalactite was considered holy. Again, it was coming from the roots of the tree. About the fermented wine, it's believed that when they would come in here and perform rituals and ceremonies, they would be either high, they would get drunk, they would sometimes eat mushrooms that would make them hallucinate. So there is a lot of evidence all over this whole section here. There evidence of temporary occupation or ritual presence. This ranges from architectural construction such as altar, platforms, stairs, to artifacts such as ceramic, bowls, painted plates, obsidian blades, flints, jade, and included are the actual footprints and skeletal remains of sacrificial victims. So there's a lot of evidence, as I was mentioning on the pot, that most of these items are really old. Some of them dates back to 3,000 years. And again, at the height of the Maya population, it appears to have been in what is known as the classic period, which is from around 200 to 900 AD. During that time, the population of Belize was estimated to have been as high as 1.2 million people. So it was really high. Every little corner you go here, on this big mountain, you find evidence of these people here. Today we have just about 315,000 approximately, a very small population, compared to that time.
Mm-hmm.
So again.
Okay, Mary, I hear they like to eat little kids.
Yeah, right. He couldn't even bite me.
Nice.
He can't even make me bleed. He's so tiny.
Is he eating something?
No. But someone saw a lizard go in there. So.
He's got some beady little eyes.
How cool is that?
That's very cool.